We've had quite the morning. As you can probably hear, this is not our usual, high quality, £2,000 microphone quality microphone, This is
£2,000.
This is my phone on a table in the Sun Pub in Red Hill, where we don't come from. And so we've recorded, 2 bonus episodes today.
Yeah.
And
this is the third.
Both pretty good.
Yeah, they were. They really were. So what happened was my laptop has pooped out. I am in the process of buying a new computer, but I don't know when that's going to be. So what we're going to do is we're going to record one of the bonus ideas that we have, but we're going to do it now while we're in the pub because we've got so fed up. And my computer is not going to work, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry, there's been a lull in the content. Just give it a minute.
They're a bit sad.
There's a child. Yeah, and so we haven't done the AP recently because a lot of stuff has been going on in my life, which I don't want to say for the fucking 4th time. But
happy anniversary and
happy birthday for me, Jesse. So pretty sick all around really. Well, anyway, we were going to talk about packing for a game, right? And during this, drinks are going to come. We'll probably get a bit Larry, And now, also, we did a whole bit on the word Larry on one of the previous takes, and it was really funny.
Yeah, it was great, actually.
We created a unique monster as well that was really fucking good.
Really good.
Gold, honestly.
It was.
And this is more like when you've panned the gold and you've got the dust left in your little pan. Yeah, this is fool's gold. We're going to talk about packing for games. Now, I know this sounds like it's going to be a boring topic, but it isn't. So my brother recently, he's been GMing, and his solution to packing, because a lot of people get their, what if I need this thing, and then they overpack, don't they?
I do that on holiday.
Yeah, but Sean just has overpacked for the entire campaign.
Well, I think Sean's gone one further, hasn't he? Because rather than packing more than he needs, he's literally packed everything he owns.
Every RPG item he owns. And he packed into a suitcase, which he has to leave at our friend's house because it's too big to take home.
It's like a Roger.
Because obviously we're often at mine because of my daughter. So, even Sean was just like, James, mate, is it alright if I leave it at yours? And I was like, no.
Because he was unloaded it.
No, mate.
Also, he's got his entire shelves where he's categorised his minis in boxes. He's just put the whole shelf in the bag. I mean, it looks nice.
It does look nice, and it's well categorised. I'll give him that. Mm-hmm. It's very nice to see it.
Good.
But I want to figure out, how is it... Stop reading the menu. Have you ordered food yet?
No, not yet.
All right, we'll order some food now.
No, that's all right.
No, that's all right. No, well,
we'll continue.
It's all right, we're professionals. Okay, all right. Well, I've ordered my food, though, and I don't want to be the only one eating.
Oh, all right, yeah, cool, yeah.
Right, you got
food. So we'll continue.
Yeah, continue.
Well, I will... edit this part out probably.
No, it's fine.
No, it's fine.
We'll continue straight through.
Keeps it real.
No edits.
Right. Fucking hell. So, how do you get over that problem of what if I need this thing, right? Because often, let's say for example, Savage Worlds is one of those, right?
Yeah.
Where it's not guaranteed every time that I'm going to need burst templates. That's only something small, right? Mm-hmm. But what about the status tokens? They take up quite a large box.
A lot of them.
Then you've got the adventure deck. What if I'm going to need that? You've got another deck of cards. Like, there's so many materials you can bring for Savage Worlds. Mm-hmm. Figuring out which ones you need, and also figuring out which minis to bring, what this, what that. And how do you get over that problem of what if I need it?
Exactly.
Nick, what are your techniques?
Well, generally I will... so mini-wise, I don't actually have that many minis. I generally have just a bag of them that can be used for anything.
But when you're in Gin Lab or Mutant Year Zero, for example, you've got all the stuff. How do you know which ones to bring?
It's a difficult one because I do fall into that trap of packing more than I need.
You've always got a backpack and then
full
another bag.
Full of books, full of minis, lots of dice, lots of cards. To be fair, I don't know.
I think, well then,
I overpack as well.
So, well, I have. I recently had a with the Cyberpunk one, for example. Right. Thank you to CJ Stock because I've got everything.
Oh wow.
For that, right? And it's like my sort of solution to the problem is to never bring the rulebook. Okay. Unless it's a situation where we're going to level up, or whatever, I'm not bringing it because that saves space, and then I can put more fun things like props, maps, that type of stuff.
That's quite an interesting way to do it.
I'm not bringing it because I don't like to deliberate over rules during a game anyway. Mm-hmm. So I'll have it on an. I've got an ancient iPad, and I have it on there just in case.
Yeah.
but the chances are I'm not going to fucking use it. So
And you
it's
won't
not
waste
happening.
time flicking pages.
Exactly, which
Yeah,
is attractive.
that's
So
pretty-
it's
pretty
it
good,
kind
actually.
of saves a lot of space. And also minis wise, I'm all about flat plastic minis or
I was
paper
going to
minis
say, how
nowadays.
easy are they to pack?
And
Yep.
it's like I said to Sean, like I recently bought this great new DM bag that I found on Amazon, and it's got a section for minis, right? It can hold 16 within the foam, or if you've got
So
flat
cool.
plastic minis,
Yeah.
and I've got them in business card binders
Yeah,
that
yeah,
James
yeah.
gave me. And so I've got, instead of fitting 16 in there, I've got like upwards of 200 minis in there.
All time, always on you.
That's
Yeah,
right.
it's
So
a really
that's
good idea.
if I need them.
So tip number 1, if you can, downscale your minis to
Yeah.
flat paper or plastic ones.
Yeah,
And in
absolutely.
actual fact, a lot of them look better a lot of the time. So
Yeah, because think about
They
it.
do, because you get better art on them. You know, they're colour for
Yeah.
starters, rather than if you've not got around to actually painting your minis as well. That's
Which
more
is all
of a
the
pain.
time.
Yeah, which is all of them.
Yeah.
You can carry more. You've probably got. You can have larger creatures and minis, I guess, because they don't take
Yeah.
up much space.
Yep.
You don't run the risk of them getting smashed because you've got to worry about how they're being carried because they're all flat pack.
exactly, it's the perfect solution. But also, like, there's the thing of knowing what not to bring as
Yeah.
well. Because that's the thing. Is like the rule book. I'm not bringing it. Right.
Fair enough.
If you don't need, it's got to be big things that you've got to exercise. Like, because I remember during the Lamentations and the Flame Princess campaign, when I bring the bloody dice tower with me every time. That's a real space taker.
but
That's
it was-
true.
that
Thank
was
you very
fun.
much.
Thank you.
Our pints have arrived.
Thank
Lovely,
you.
thank you.
That girl's not happy about it. Cheers, guys.
They were
Cheers to
Cheers,
a failed
everybody.
3 podcasts.
Yeah.
No, that's why we're called Free Tea now. We have to do
But
two.
like, you know me, right? I love
Free takes.
I love needless table decorations.
yes.
Oh yeah, I do.
The skull.
Like the props,
bell.
things like this. Yeah, the bell, the skull, all of this. And it's like you've got to, that. Some of that stuff has got to go, right?
Yeah.
But James got me for my birthday. Got me a hollowed out, really heavy skull to put bennies in.
Ooh,
So I'm thinking,
nice.
because I got my new GM bag, which is the standard size. It fits 8 books in it.
Yeah.
Right? And it's the standard book size. But I'm thinking, what if I played a game that used a half-size book, like Black Hack or ICRPG?
Yeah.
Then I've got a slot in my bag for those 2 things. Mm-hmm. So that's another a space save.
That's
right?
not a bad shout.
Only
isn't
play
it?
games that are in the A5 format.
And then you can carry.
You got
more.
loads of-
You've got loads of room then.
That's why Savage Worlds needs to make up his fucking mind. Is it US letter? Is it A5? No, it's somewhere in between.
Mate, it needs to be better.
And I also hate the fact that they called it graphic novel size, and I was
'Cause
comparing
it
it to
isn't.
all of my graphic novels, and I'm like, it's not a
same
single
size
one
as any
half
of them.
size.
Yeah, I bet.
Oh, thank you very much.
Oh yeah.
I
that's what
ordered
was gonna
a
do.
Monster Energy as well.
Yeah, I was going to do that too.
But yeah, also the thing is like, let's say for example, you've got all your minis in your bag because you're just in case they encounter an undead. You're doing a session about fighting unicorns,
Yeah.
right? But just in case they decide to go wildly off path, here's the solution, Sean, if you're listening, and ladies and gentlemen. Bring the minis for the planned encounters that you know are going to happen or you've planned to happen.
Yep.
Do everything else theatre of mind.
Of course.
It's as simple
Yep.
as that.
Yep.
And you know, Sean's just like, oh, I've got random encounters and they're all random. It's like, okay, well, why don't you plan them instead? Instead of, like, I know they're random and they're meant to be random.
But roll them before the game.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Just do them
Cheers.
before the game and then it's done.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a really good idea.
My food has come.
So they were randomly generated prior,
But yeah, you're
but then
going
that
on.
means you can pack what you need, not what.
So the
it
way
could
we're
be.
doing it in Savage Worlds is somebody rolls survival. If
Yep.
they fail, that means you get round the random encounter. Right?
Perfect, yep.
So, but all you need to do, roll them before the game.
Yes.
If somebody fails, you've got the minis for that specific one.
Yeah.
Right there.
Exactly.
Now the problem you run in with there is like what terrain you're on. Because if he's got Rowan Forest encounters, but we intend to go by the mountain route.
Yeah.
But then all you do is you just have one table of encounters, but reskin them.
Reskin them.
What is it in? You're getting attacked by mountain goblins.
Mounting exactly that.
They're
That's
very
all it is.
different.
Yeah, yeah.
They've got different
Water
coloured
goblins.
skins. Water goblins. It's just. Oh yeah. Also, settle a debate here. We've been talking about this recently. Is soup a drink?
No, of course it's not.
Why? What makes it
Well,
not a drink?
when it's not in a bowl.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Thank you. Which is nice.
But if you drank water from a bowl, would that be soup? Exactly. Suck
Oh,
it.
That'd be broth.
Oh,
Very
so yes.
weak broth.
So yes.
you have
If,
Capo
if
soup.
it can be considered broth, then yes.
Yeah, but that's not a broth.
Well, we put one spring onion in it.
and boil it for a minute.
Then it's a broth.
That's a broth. Yeah, but then would you? But nobody's doing that.
Why are they doing
water
it?
from a bowl. That's a drink. You drink it from a bowl.
Okay.
Because there are some cultures in the world where you do drink tea from a bowl, for example.
That's true.
Is that soup?
It's tea soup.
So soup is a drink.
Okay, fine. Unless it's chunky soup.
Well, no, because you can have a glass of water with chunks of ice in it. Is that soup? No, it isn't. Soup is still a drink.
Mate, what-
Sorry, mate.
How's that smart?
No, also, boba milk tea.
Oh
has-
yeah, with the little balls in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's got solid material in it. Still a drink.
Shit. So that's a soup drink.
Soup
Soup
is
is so soup is a drink,
unfortunately, yes.
Right.
We settled it.
not a meal.
It's not.
No, doesn't it depend on the viscosity of it?
No, because you can have
Biscoffity.
thick drinks. The biscoffity. No, because you have a milkshake. That's thick. That's thicker than quite a lot of soups.
But isn't a milkshake
Isn't
food?
the milkshake a soup then?
No,
Oh, yeah,
milkshake is soup. Iron fork.
Does that work?
Yes. Milkshake.
Milkshake.
Milkshake
He
is
was
a,
milkshake.
It's
What's
a
the
cold
milk? What's the
soup.
milk? What is the shape of milk? What?
It's a cold soup.
Yeah, it's a cold, sweet soup.
soup-
It's a dessert soup.
That's
Soup
like,
is hot. Is hot. Generally hot soup, isn't it?
Soup is a hot drink.
Unless
No,
you're
well, what about
I
gazpacho?
was going to say gazpacho, that tomato one. That's
Because
cold
my mum
soup.
tried to say, oh, well, soup is, it can't be a drink because it's not refreshing. And I said, what about gazpacho?
That's refreshing.
Exactly.
That's
Suck
true.
it, mum. No, I should say suck it. That's deep. sorry. But yeah, I just think if
tough
you try and categorise what soup is, then it's a drink.
It traverses many things.
Many genres of food is a soup.
Actually, I do think that if you received soup in a tall cup to drink it, it would be better.
Drink, yeah.
Well, a Bloody Mary is basically a soup with vodka in it.
That's true.
And that's delicious.
That is
And
delicious.
that's refreshing.
Tomatoes. That is very
Because
refreshing.
I find it annoying. You know, soup spoons, they fuck me up, man.
The deep ones.
I can't get
Yeah,
enough.
they are hard.
From
You-
my
what
massive
you
gob.
want is a giant
A
bowl,
ladle.
and then you dip a mug in it,
Yeah.
and you're like, I'm really enjoying
But
this
what about when
delicious
you
drink.
have a French soup that's got like croutons, but they're not. They're like basically bits of toast.
Hold up, what is ice but a water crouton? It's crispy.
water-based crouton.
It's crispy.
Cripsy.
I don't know if I'm more confused now.
Well, when I have a glass of water, I tend to, with the croutons, you fried a bit of bread. I do that on both sides with a cube of ice. Just
And then
drop it in. Yeah, you gotta get those char
Get a little bit of
marks.
char on there, yeah?
Charred water. So yeah, soup is a drink.
Okay, fine.
So saving space. What you've got to do when packing for a
pack a
game
couple of soups.
is just pack for the encounters you know we're going to have.
yeah.
I'd say thank you very much. More drinks are arriving. It's been a tough day, ladies and gentlemen. So yeah, I think just pack the stuff you need and the encounters you know. Even if you've got a table of random encounters like Sean has, you're not packing minis for them.
No.
You
Yeah.
just do those.
Just Totem, man. It's
you know-
actually really Totem is great.
Sound like right hippie then. Let's do totem.
They're so totemly awesome.
It's like when you think about it, soup is a drink.
And everything's fair in the mind, dude.
Everything's there in the mind, man. Do
Like,
totem.
are you even there?
Like,
my eyes open or shut?
What is chair, dude? But yeah, so Theatre of the Mind is great. And also, you're getting minis out every time you're doing a random encounter, which is often in Sean's games, right? Because, you're failing survival worlds fairly often. So we're doing them a lot.
Unnecessary
And then we
breaks in the
know
continuity
it's
of
about a 15-minute break.
Yeah, that's no good. And the thing is as well.
And not to mention, the amount of times we set up a random encounter, he's got every mini he owns,
Yeah.
but he'll set up a random encounter and go, oh, don't have a mini for that one, put down a generic token. So why did you even bother bringing any of them?
Oh yeah, that has actually happened almost every time.
Every time.
As a player, as much as I appreciate minis and it gives it a really good feel, I wouldn't say that what the actual minis are is that important to me. So if someone puts a thimble down and says that's the dragon, I don't think I'd lose any less excitement as it being a dragon mini, if that makes sense.
I do
To a
agree to
degree.
an extent.
Yeah.
Like what I liked to do
It's not
when,
semi-token.
when,
You
I
can
was,
have it all.
when I was still into solid 3D minis, it would always
Yeah.
be like, if I did it, I would buy them for the big boss. Then it kind of necessitates the cost, because if you've got a whole night where you're fighting, one mega slob,
Mega slob.
and you've got a mega slob mini. I've got actually some coleslaw here.
Slobs.
Then I would buy that, right? It's a tenner. I buy it and it looks cool.
Yes.
Right, but I agree with you.
And that would also look nice on your shelf.
Because I've got some blank dice and I've just written players' names on it, and then that saves on so much space because I've just got enemy, boss one. You find these, but the game is about imagination first and foremost. You
Yeah.
don't need minis, but if you are the type of guy that wants to bring them and wants to use them, then you're going to take up more space.
Yes.
But there's better ways to do it. Just use them for planned encounters. It's as simple as that. And
That's it, the random stuff you don't need to worry about.
you don't. And when the PC's attacking a shopkeeper, if you're getting a map and minis out every time you do
Don't need that.
then basically you're going to be getting stuff out of your bag every 5 minutes because that's all players do, isn't it?
And that will in turn generate a bit of downtime between a lot of stuff because you're always stopping to get some stuff out.
Yeah.
Whereas
and
if it's flowing quite
well, and also bear in mind that if you've got it organised, like so. When I ran Cyberpunk, I did have all of my Cyberpunk minis, but they were flat ones. But I had them organised into boxes of different types, right? But then I would have one box that had all of the plan ones in it, right?
So you
even
knew
though I
that
bought-
box was getting used that day.
That's the one. Like I go, okay, this is the planned encounter I have. I'm now I know I'm getting this box out, and I've already got them segmented, so it takes me seconds. Like I put them on the bases, and so I can just put them on the map. There we go. It's James's burger.
Is
Nick's
that yours as
burger.
well? Thank you. I went double.
Oh, nice.
So Nick has got the vegan burger. Is
Yes.
that right? With
Yes.
bacon and
Double
cheese.
vegan
Double
burger.
vegan burger with bacon and cheese.
Put it over there. Put it, and he's got some chicken wings.
Chicken wings. So I'm a true
Chicken
vegan.
wings.
But yeah, everyone suffers from that. But what if they do this problem? You've just got to learn to wing it, because
Yeah,
otherwise you end up bringing a suitcase to a game. I'd also recommend. So I wanted to talk about the bag club of recently. Like organisation is a big thing, right? It's like packing stuff in a strategic manner. So on Amazon recently, my mum got me some Amazon vouchers for my birthday.
Nice.
And I got this bag it's a brand called Enhance,
Very
right?
cool bag. Yeah.
And it fits 8 books. It's got miniature storage, stationary storage, room for an iPad, notebooks, and dice, right? And within that, I've got everything I could possibly need for running a session of a game.
Yeah.
And
So your rule is, if it's too much for the bag, it ain't
that's
going
it.
in.
It's not going in. But also, it's the exact right size and dimensions for all my RPG stuff.
Yes.
Whereas I think you find if you're,
Thank you.
that's right.
Almost.
If you're using like a bloody normal bag that isn't suited to that type of thing.
And it's not got its own compartments.
Yeah,
and-
yeah, like you're setting yourself up for failure. But
You've got to get it all
I've got this
out.
tiny little drug dealer bag
Yeah.
that my wife got me,
Yeah.
and I did have a
have to carry
vision
one.
at one point of just using just that with all my stuff in it, and I reckon I
Because you
could
can
do
fit
it.
your iPad in there.
I can fit my iPad
A few
in
paper minis in the front.
and then character sheets. Yeah. Well, there's a great video by somebody whose name I forget, but if you Google on YouTube, minimalist RPG kit, she's done a video about her minimalist RPG kit, and it's like she has the generic minis and things like this, and generic minis. She's got all her books on one iPad, and then character sheets and dice,
Nice.
and extra dice in case people need them. That's it.
Nice.
That's all you need. So yeah, I mean, we've come up with a few solutions. Just bring what you need, and to figure out what you need, it's just the things for planned encounters. If it's other stuff, don't matter.
Forget that.
Wing it. Even because if the same thing goes for stats and things like this, just do it the same.
Well,
if you have
no minis,
arguably,
you know.
even the map. You know, like the map that because we're scribing it at the minute. So every
Yes.
now and then we'll explore a new bit, and then we'll ask Sean, what does it look like? So obviously our drawings that are currently on it look like dog shit, but at least
Yeah.
we know what's happening. But at the same time, that's not necessary, because you can just say, oh yeah, you're in this place,
Yeah.
I want to travel towards this place, and then Sean's the only one that needs to keep track of the distance.
Yeah, you can just go. What do you want to go through the mountain path or the
Yeah,
forest?
yeah, exactly.
And so even that, because that takes up a lot of table space, doesn't necessarily take up a lot of bag space, but if you have more than one map, they can kind of just shut up for a bit.
Well, that's it. I
Well,
think,
also because he's got so many maps and minis.
yeah, I think for me, what I would do is, like, after listening to this conversation, and if I was running a game where I wanted to have the minis and I wanted to have the maps, but again, didn't want to pack everything, I think I'd pick up one of these flip books where you've got a selection of generic maps that should fit most situations. Just have that one book.
Yeah, because
flat
that
minis,
Oh,
so it
Sean
should be
does
covered
have-
for
yeah,
anything.
no, but the trouble is, right? Sean's got all of them.
Right, and he brings
He
all of
does
them
have
with
that.
And he
him.
brings all.
Yeah.
So for the Cyberpunk campaign, I think it was like I bought one from Loki Battle Maps, right? It's the
That's the ones.
fold-out
They're the
ring
ones.
binding ones, right? And it cost me 30 quid, but it had something like 64 maps, and you can use half of one or use
That's
another
it.
and recontextualize. And I thought 34 planned big encounters in one campaign is more than enough.
Never
more than
happen,
enough.
is it?
And then I've got it all in one book. The trouble I did though was I almost did need a suitcase because I bought the one that was too big for my bag. And my
yeah.
policy
Huge
was
one.
I'm only bringing one bag, but then I had to bring that alone in another bag.
Is that A4?
No, it's A3.
Wow.
I thought it was A3 when it was unfolded.
Yeah,
but it's
it's
A3
per
each page, so
Yeah,
it's A2.
so it's massive.
Yeah.
But you know exactly that. So you should never need another map.
No, and it's that's exactly it. Because otherwise you're bringing loads and loads and loads of new maps and loads of new minis, and it's like
It's also finding the time to print it all out. Then
well, and Sean's using
organise it.
terrain as well. And if you want to
Wow.
save space, just get one of those battle maps with the vinyl, or I've got a new cheap-ish one that's like dry erase.
That's nice, I
And
want
it's
that.
good enough. It's good enough.
Yep.
You don't need well-drawn maps. You don't
Scribble it
need.
on.
Yeah.
No, we've had just as much fun with quick scribbles on a map than
It's not the thing you
pre-printed
ever
nicely.
remember.
No, exactly.
And in fact, in this lady's minimalist Dungeon Masters kit video, she says, "I'd rather people be impressed by the quality of my game, not the things I bring." And it's a very good point.
To prop it up.
Yeah, we all want to
exactly.
play with props all the time, but it's like the things you remember over the years and years of us playing
It's the
are
it's
not.
the role play.
It's not always the props. Yeah, it's like
It's
the
role play, it's
situation.
the conversations.
Yeah.
It's what you got yourself into. You know, you could have the most state-of-the-art gimmicks and props and smoke machines and
You have
terrain,
Patrick Stewart turning up playing
all that
NPCs.
fun stuff. But if your game's boring, doesn't matter what it looks like.
Oh,
it's not
absolutely.
going to play well.
Look at Critical Role. They've got all the gear. No idea.
No idea, mate. They got
None of it.
no idea.
All right. Well, our food has turned up, and we're
gonna pause it.
21 minutes into recording. So bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Sorry about this one, and also I'm sorry that it's been a while since the content, but my life should be coming back to normal very soon.
It's coming back.
I'm coming back,
Come back,
ladies and
baby.
gentlemen.
Coming back.
But look, we've always said about the actual players; they come when they come.
Yeah.
And the fuckers,
because we love them.
They're very labour
take time.
intensive.
Yeah.
Listen to
All of them again.
Listen to Children of the Trigon episode 1 again. It's layered.
It's layered.
We've
And
done it
also,
like that.
welcome aboard.
Welcome
to
aboard.
the new guy who loves our multiple stuff.
Oh yes, his name was Slappy
McJackson. No.
McJackson. Michael Moore.
It was Michael Moore.
Michael Parker.
Michael Parker.
Michael
course it
Parker.
was.
Shout out to that guy. See, if you subscribe on Patreon, it will change your life. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Eating Mike Tyson's ass.
Eating Mike Tyson's ass.